Shahid Malik may or may not be one of the worst offenders when it comes to expenses, but early this morning he was sufficiently indignant about the accusations to fight his corner.
Mr. Malik, could you explain to the constituents and the viewers how a home cinema system for £2,600, how a claim for an iPod, how a claim for a DVD screen...
I'm happy to respond. I did not overclaim. That's the point. Nobody is suggesting...
Well, you did. You had the home cinema system reduced by a half.
Absolutely wrong. I don't accept that. If I thought it was incorrect for me to claim it, I would have given the money back to the authorities. I'm not giving it back. It's a non-story in the sense that I could be one of 500 MPs. I don't know why you focused on me.
Less than 3 hours later, Downing Street announced he was stepping down from his government post, pending an inquiry. But it's his housing arrangements under investigation, not his expenses. Mr. Malik pays for this home in his Dewsbury constituency out of his own pocket. But it's claimed he secured a subsidised deal on rent. His relationship with his landlord may breach the ministerial code. Section 7.3 states that ministers must provide their permanent secretary with a full list in writing of all interests which might be thought to give rise to a conflict.
Dewsbury is my home. I spend most of my time here. Hence, this is my first home. I'm going 1,000,000% by the book.
This week, Westminster has been rocked to its foundations. MPs are on the defensive.
It was for maintenance, not for gardening, but that's not the point.
I did what I thought was in line with the rules.
I made a mistake about a swing pool bill for £95 and I will repay that. And that was a
we all know that the system is thoroughly discredited. We know what people are thinking.
I made a bad mistake.
I think it was an error of judgment.
In the current climate, excuses from MPs simply won't wash. People are seething, and the anger has moved far beyond the Palace of Westminster into every constituency in the country.
My personal view is that we should really see them all up in front of a court, because I think it's stealing.
They put themselves up for election to serve the community, but it just seems to be that most of them are just out for what they can get.
Snouts in the trough. And that's it, really, isn't it?
Which brings us to the former Agriculture Minister, Elliot Morley. He's gone to ground since he was suspended from the Parliamentary Labour Party over a false expenses claim. His only communication, a Twitter message bemoaning his dreadful day. Can't wait to put my side of the story. Now gone away for a few days. That means he isn't at his Scunthorpe constituency home, the property for which he claimed £16,000 for a mortgage which had already been paid. The Tories have responded to the public outcry by opting for transparency. You could now access the most recent expenses receipts of the Shadow Cabinet online.
I think this is a time of great danger for our democracy, and the decisions that we make and the action that we take over the coming weeks and months will make all the difference in terms of whether we're going to have a politics of despair and a parliament of disrepute, or whether we can build a politics of hope and have a parliament again we can be proud of.
But with local and European elections less than 3 weeks away, it's the electorate who'll have the last word on the example set by the party leaders. Ian Woods, Sky News, Westminster.